Hello, everyone. This is recording number 11 for a class on early Greek philosophy. We are still talking about atomism, and today I want to talk about sense perception. So here's an example. Suppose two friends walk along the beach. One of them looks at the ocean, and she says, the ocean looks blue. And then her friend says, well, to me, it looks almost gray. So then they reflect jointly on this phenomenon that things can look differently to different perceivers. And maybe they are going to ask the atomists to explain this. Now, what is it that the atomists would say in response to the question, what is it that a person sees to whom the ocean looks blue or to whom it looks gray? Now, they will say that we cannot say that they see the color of the ocean because then it just sort of wouldn't work that the two perceivers see things differently. So we need an explanation of that. And the atomists make the following proposal, namely that the ocean, as well as all the other things in the world, emit so called images, in Greek, Eidola, which are kind of atoms in motion and which travel toward cognizers, so that they then interact with the activity of the perceptual system of a given person. And that gives them the tools to explain conflicting appearances or differences between how things look to people. So they are going to say that what a given person sees is not, in fact, the color of the ocean, but it is a kind of product of the interaction between this image coming her way and her own perceptual activity. And this product is, in fact, momentary. It is just at that moment where, as it were, the atoms of her perceptual activity interact with this image that this product is generated. And that is the object of perception. So the object of perception is relative to the cognizer. Now, this may appear to be a quite extreme and revisionist proposal. And scholars have asked whether it is a kind of relativism or skepticism. But if you think it through, you may kind of come to think that it really is a third position. Atomism is neither skepticism nor relativism. It is, in fact, an attempt to offer a quite sort of plain account of how it is that things look different to different people by arguing that what one perceives is, in some sense, what is really there, but what is really there is partly constituted by one's own perceptual activity. Now, I want to sort of leave it here and just kind of invite you to think more about the question of how this proposal compares to relativism, how it compares to skepticism, and be aware that this is a perennial question. So the way in which ancient philosophers exchanged arguments about these sorts of phenomena, conflicting appearances of that kind, is in fact strikingly similar to ways in which philosophers today discuss those kinds of phenomena.